Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. We're going to start this episode with a review of a game that I just played because I believed that I was recording it, but in fact I was not. I had left my recording software on for 12 hours, and when I pressed play, it was in fact a stop button, not a play button, and I didn't notice until halfway through the game. So, we're just going to go over this game relatively quickly because I thought there were some kind of cool aspects to it, and then we'll get into another ranked game. So, first of all, as I like to do in these sort of review videos, feel free to pause the video here and decide how you would play this set. Okay, welcome back. I think that this set has a lot of defense, right? What I said in the video that I thought I had recorded was that what really jumps out at me is the amount of soak in this set. There's Plexo, Xeno, and Bombarder. All excellent soak units. And, you know, Matrix is kind of a soak unit, but more importantly, it's a good absorb unit, which you can pair well with good soak to have a large economy. So I think it's clear here, like the only thing that really argues against a large economy is like maybe Bloodphage or Tesla, but neither of those should be enough to overcome all this blue-green stuff. So I think it's clear you want a large econ. The question I had was, do you want Zamora? Or can someone rush down Zamora? And I think that the answer is you do want Zamora. Bloodphage and Tesla are like the only really rushy things, and they just aren't going to do enough. A Zamora player will be able to put together you know, a couple Plexos and an energy matrix, and then Xenos, and then their Zamora will be firing, and the red rush player will be sad, or the blue-green rush player, as may be. So the first few turns played out about as you might expect. My opponent, player 1, has the faster natural Zamora line, and Galvani drone makes it a bit stronger, although not really very much. Because while they don't have to float an energy this turn, or gold, on the next turn they can't buy 2 drones anymore. And so they're sort of like 1 gold ahead, but they're behind in that like one of their drones is frontline compared to the normal Zamora line. Is that better or worse? I don't know. It's probably better, but not by a ton. So, you know, fine, we both get the Zamora and some drones. I add on a 3rd engineer for triple drone because we're gonna just like, with neither player rushing at all, you really have a lot of time to get drones going. And my opponent adds in this Gauss cannon, which puzzled me. And I did something here which might surprise you. Add in an Animus first. Didn't we say that this set is all about defense? Why am I buying an Animus? Especially considering that my opponent just bought an attacker. Don't I want a wall or something? And the reason for this Animus is that, okay, fine. We've identified how we're going to stay alive this set. And there's a lot of ways, right? Matrix, Xeno, Plexo. Possibly Bombarder. But how are we going to kill the opponent, right? None of this blue-green stuff is really much good for attacking. Tesla, you know, you might get 1, maybe even 2, but it can't really be the backbone of your attack. And in a set with so much defense, you'll have so much economy, you don't really want Zamora to be the backbone of your attack either. You need more than just 8 attack. Where's it all going to come from? It has to come from red. And you want to start soon so you can get Tarsiers and Bloodphages, right? And then transition into getting Bombarders. So, I got red first. Opponent now adds on a blue, and I add on 2 blue. I'm not so sure about this decision that I made here. My thinking was, look, I want a Xeno Guardian because they're good. And then I want Bombarders. But the Xeno I got actually kind of sucked, so I don't know. I got him a little bit too soon and then didn't really use him very well. I'm also not sure about this Rhino blocking the Gauss Cannon damage instead of just like accepting it and building another Tarsier. I decided it was okay because I'd be able to kill at least an NG or a Galvani or something with the quick attack, but maybe that was just misguided. And then I add in some more attack. I get that Xeno down, I get a Bloodphage, and it now occurs to me something I didn't notice when I was doing the analysis during what I thought was the video I had recorded, is that this Rhino attack killing the Galvani was actually a mirage, right? All it did was I could have saved the Rhino charge and killed the Galvani a turn later with this Tarsier, because I don't actually want to attack this turn, right? I'm only attacking for 3 without clicking 2 Rhinos. I don't want to click 2 Rhinos to kill an NG. So we hold back the attack this turn, but now I have, like, attack lying around that I could have killed the Galvani with. So I basically gave away a Rhino charge to give my opponent, to take away $1 from my opponent. Doesn't seem like such a great deal. So I actually think that the Rhino that I built was even worse than I realized, and it could have just been, like, more Tarsiers. But, as we'll see, this Rhino sort of became useful anyway, and so maybe it was still fine, because it did, after all, block some attack. Alright, now my opponent next turn will have Zamora, so I need some defense. I get a Matrix, and I finally get to attack with everything. We're having a little bit of, like, green anxiety, because... Actually, I counted this out and explained it during the game, which you guys didn't hear, because it wasn't recording. We have 9 green now. Next turn we'll have 11. And then we'll fire Zamora and be down to 3. The turn after that, I'll be at 5. So you just need 3 more green over the course of 2 turns, which means like you could buy 1 conduit now and 1 next turn. Absolutely worst case. But it would be nice to get them a bit earlier, a bit more if possible, because you'll need 8 pretty soon. So I get the 1 conduit here, fine. And I didn't like really think about the fact that I was sacking my Xeno already. I would have preferred to keep him, but it was really important to get down the Matrix, so that's what I did. And now this Rhino that I built is actually providing very useful soak. Ah, that's right. I think I decided that I would actually need 5 additional green because I was planning to Plexo. And so 1 last turn and at least 3 this turn would do it. Yes, correct. And now, like, these Bombarders are really doing what I wanted them to do. They're providing me a bunch of soak, and that's what this set is about, is like Zamora plus soak. Buying big rhinos, buying little rhinos. Blood phages are there. If there are ever turns where I have red I don't want to spend, just get rid of it. But most of the time I'm pretty happy to like buy a Bombarder and either a blood phage or a rhino. And got a little exploit against my opponent here by killing the 2 Galvanis for free, which is nice. But at this point it's sort of over, right? Like, I'm attacking for 5 more. My opponent has a little bit more economy, but not much. You know, like, what, 24 more versus 21? So, 3 more drones. Not enough to make up for 5 attack. Plus, my attack is generating soak for free, and his is not. And something funny that I didn't realize until the end of the game, I went back and I was looking at this turn, and I said, that's weird. Why would you buy 2 energy matrices and a bunch of NGs? Wouldn't it be better to buy 4 walls or something, if that's what you want to do, and then you can buy fewer NGs? The answer is no. He exhausted the wall supply and has now, exhausted the matrix supply as well. And I thought that was pretty funny because I didn't buy a single wall all game. There was just so much good other soak and absorb in the form of matrix and Xeno that I didn't ever really want to buy any walls for soak. Wall's an okay soak unit, but not great, and here we had some great soak units. So I am glad that, although I didn't think about it, I wound up not needing to use any of the poor soak in the set. Unless you count rhinos. But they were doing a good job. Good job, rhinos. I always want to give them a pat on the head. Okay, and then I won the game here. I put in a Tesla to finish things off more quickly. But anything would have worked at this point. So the moral of this set was, yes, there's a ton of blue-green stuff, but it's all non-attacking blue-green stuff. You need some attackers, and that's red in this set. Plus, red also helps a lot with your defense, because Bombarder is a ton of soak. Alright, let's move on and play another game. I was wondering if I might run into Wise Guy. He's logged off, but he was playing when I played that last game. Very strong player who won, I think, the Golden Cup is what it was called? I don't know, I didn't play in it, but I think it was the Golden Cup. It was the competitive event before the Prismata League. A tournament played over some amount of time. But it was before I restarted playing Prismata, so I don't really know the details. I just watched like the semifinals and then the finals or something like that. And he hadn't played for months and didn't practice at all in between games, but he came back and he's just still quite strong. Okay, so let's just watch something. Kin. I have not met Kin before. Playing against Capulet. Is Capulet streaming? I didn't notice a thing. What? Yeah, I mean, I guess breach-proof green is the thing here, right? It's a little bit hard to do, like, Fabricator into Venges because the opponent is attacking you, but you have Plexos, right? So if they attack for whatever amount they're attacking for, you can defend with Plexos or Force Fields while you set up your Venges, and then you have Fabricator and Venges. Yeah, I think that Capulet is well ahead here. Oh, wow. Building exactly 3 attack into the Plexo. Alright. Yikes. Yeah, I think that you would have to pressure him off of things pretty quickly, and you're not going to, so the Fabricator player should win there. Oh no. There's so many complicated units here. Tia, Gauss Fab, Zatron. There's like Tatsu and Blood Pact. Ugh. And M-Sklar is a good player as well. What is the deal here? Like, Tatsu would be great to have against Plexos, but of course, like, Tia threatens Plexo, or threatens Tatsu a lot. And like, getting a bunch of green is pretty okay against just Tatsus. Eh. I mean, the Gauss Fab and then buy more Gauss Cannons, but there's nothing really to do with your drones is the problem. So it's a little hard to go breach-proof. I feel somewhat directionless here. There's nothing, like, really pulling me towards it. Mass green is cool, but I don't really see the justification for it. It's not going to put on enough pressure against Tatsus, and the only defense that Mass green really has is the Plexos, which are going to be awful against, again, Tatsus. So maybe, I've said the word Tatsu a lot, maybe I should buy some of those. But I think that that's pretty, like, Tia's going to be a problem. Can I buy DC here? And like try to go for Tia or something? I don't think that's very good. I think I need to keep my options open and not get a conduit yet. Blood Pact is going to be really good for the Tatsu player, too. I wish I had paid more attention to M-Sven's Tatsu video. I came away from it not really understanding anything more about Tatsu. Except that, like, sometimes it's buyable. Which is not exactly news, of course. So, opponent has some green. What does that tell us? Not much. It was very natural to get green here. Makes it hard for them to go just Tatsus, but honestly, Tatsus plus Plexos is pretty nuts, right? So they can still do that. I could get 2 conduits and like try to get the Gauss Fab going, but I don't think that's any good. still haven't really figured out any kind of an opening here. I can't buy an Animus because that just opens me up to a Tia and I can't really defend it, right? So I think I should get a Conduit. I don't think I really want to. Okay, so this looks sort of like a Gauss Fab kind of thing, and that's fine. Gauss Fab seems reasonably okay here. What could we do against that? We could try arms races, maybe? To say, haha, you don't really want to defend because... Yeah, I don't know what to do here at all. So, like, what if I did this? Is this crazy? What, like, I can just start buying arms races? And get maybe a Lance Tooth if I want after the first one? I think this is okay. I don't know, they're gonna get a lot of value out of... Really? Is this just Tia, or... I guess you're saying that I can't defend against a Tia? Oof. Is that true? I mean, I could build this to get Plexos, but they can actually hold Tia in that case. So... what's the deal here? Are they really just going to get a Tia here? That doesn't seem that great. In fact, it seems pretty bad, so I shouldn't worry about it too much. This lets me get a second arms race while still building either a wall or a Lance Tooth, depending on what happens. Or build 2 walls if they go crazy with Tia. Okay, Tatsus. But why buy the first Animus then? I do want some more green. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten the second forge just yet. On the other hand, like, this is a lot of attack for a Tatsu player to cope with. So maybe this is fine. Actually, blood packs are pretty good. Maybe I just want more of them. Or want to keep them available. I don't think I want a third arms race. The Tatsu player is happy to get more NGs. Maybe I shouldn't have given them the first arms race. I don't know. It seems okay. I guess they're available to Tia me whenever they want, which is sort of a problem. Yeah, I mean, I guess that hurts me a bit. I do want 2 walls to make sure that I can still, well, they can freeze all my NGs and cause me to absorb only 1. I guess that's still better than absorbing 0. Although, shouldn't I get a Blood Pact? Then they can't do that. Ah! This is so much attack. And I'm not attacking for enough more to make up for even the Zatron, let alone all this freeze. Right? This doesn't defend. This does. Yeah, I'm real dead here. Okay. They're attacking for more, absorbing for more. They're freezing all my stuff. I knew, I don't know. I knew that, like, Tatsus are good, but I don't know how to buy them. And it seemed like it would be bad against all this green my opponent had gotten. Like, they threatened Tia if I try to do anything too crazy. Maybe my problem is I wasn't threatening Tia soon enough. Right? Yeah, like, actually this arms race was really quite bad because it takes away my ability to threaten Tia. And then the second one is, like, also awful. When they've said they want Tatsus, I should be looking at ways to put on pressure. And, like, Arms Race and Lance Tooth is, like, kind of cute, but... I mean, they are in a position where, like, they don't super need the defense right away. You're not denying Absorb when you Lance Tooth against Zatron, because Zatron heals for 4 regardless. But it's still, like, it's better than, like, just dealing the 2 damage, typically. Because the 2 damage won't really matter for quite a while. By which time, like, the Lance Tooth's extra damage compared to, say, a Splitter will be important. But this is just giving them way too much room to build the Tatsus. That's what they want to do. If I had maintained the threat of Tia, I don't think they could really do this. And then maybe my big lead in attackers would matter. But this arms race is just exactly what my opponent wants to see. The Lance Tooth is fine, I think. But the arms race is wrong on a lot of levels. It takes away my green and it gives them defense, and that's just permission to build all the Tatsus they want. And I was never really... Wait, I could have built a Tia like here, right? Why didn't I... What? I didn't even think of it, but I should have been. It was on my list of, like, important units that are good against Tatsu. I was just so focused on building more walls because of all these Tatsus. But, like, what if I just did this? Okay, they get a Plexo and they're defended now. And they do this, I guess. Maybe this is best, actually, still. Yeah, because it forces me to lose wall onto wall instead of NG onto Tia. Yeah, okay. So they do this, but now they need to come, like, can you really get a second Tatsu? I don't know, let's try. Or third Tatsu, I mean. Now they're denying me absorb, right? Because they can freeze all my absorbers. This defends, though. I don't know, should I click the mobile animus? Let's try it. That's a lot of Plexo. But actually with, like, Blood Pact, they maybe don't need to go so crazy. You can do this. Yeah, that seems fine for them. You can even get a Rhino or something. And I'm just, like, light years away from surviving this. Yeah, I just get clobbered here. So it was a little too late to build the Tia at that point. Right, the Zatron really gave them a lot of room already, and I just made things worse by building arms races. If I could have built a Tia earlier, maybe, but I feel like my opponent was set up pretty well to... Yeah, I guess the point of this first Animus is that it threatens both... It threatens Tia, so I have to do something like... I can't do something super, super greedy with it. And if I do something really slow, then they can say, meh, okay, I'll float the red and get Tatsus. I don't know, I don't understand what I was supposed to do this set. I don't really think my opponent's line was actually sound. There should be some counter from me, but I don't know what it is. It's a complicated set where, like, there's a bunch of different things you can do, and you have to make sure you play around the things your opponent could do, and I don't know how to do any of them. There's just a bunch of units here that I don't know how to play, and then I lost. Oh well, lesson learned, I guess. Except not really, because I don't know what to do. Oh well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.